When Jim Gordon finds himself cornered by the daughter of Bane, how will this impact his globe-trotting investigation? Well, let's hop into the pages of Joker issue number 8 and find out together, shall we? So then, picking up from where the last issue left off, Gordon was having himself a nice little not date with a lady Interpol agent that got interrupted when Vengeance made the scene once again. You'll recall that this luchadora had actually given Gordon the chance to run a few arcs back and says that he should leave this Joker business where it is lest he die. That all sounds pretty damn serious, and it only goes from serious to worse when that lady Interpol agent pulls a gun on Vengeance only to have her frickin' arm ripped off. That is brutal. Vengeance has her eyes set on Jim, and this quickly becomes a hostage situation as the poor old guy gets trunked. Now, how is Vengeance gonna make it out of Paris after assaulting an Interpol agent? The answer is actually a lot easier than you might think when this lady is a one-man army. A blockade of cops doesn't stop her, she just rips off a car door and powers through it. Even a helicopter they sent to the pier to try and watch over the situation ends up getting brought down by Vengeance. Gordon is understandably horrified by this scene, but at the same time he's also intrigued. He is an old detective after all, and he has to ask the important questions, mainly, who are you and what do you want? Because obviously if Vengeance simply wanted to kill Jim, she would have done it by now, but she hasn't, so she has to have a good reason for that. We get treated to the origin of Vengeance. Now, a lot of this we already gleaned from past issues. Essentially, the military junta that took control of Santa Prisca following the death of Bane wanted to try and cash in on the image and fame of Bane by creating a brand new super soldier who would be loyal to them and them alone. These military generals were rather impatient too, so they grew themselves a little test tube baby, accelerated the aging process, and filled their little new creation with a lifetime's worth of hate directed solely at the Joker. Vengeance wasn't aware of any of this until her mission brought her to France. You'll remember in the last couple issues, Jim was framed for a Joker attack on a genetics lab where they seem to have been growing organs. That was just the tip of the iceberg, as apparently this lab had even more sinister motivations. They had collected an entire catalog of superhero and supervillain DNA, including Batman's. This lab also just so happened to be the place where Vengeance was born, and now that she understands the truth about her origin, she decided to turn on the military junta and even her own soldiers. You see, the way Vengeance feels everything in her life has been a lie up until this point. The hate that defines her, her mission to kill the Joker, she never chose any of that. It was thrust upon her before her birth. She wants to break this cycle, but she thinks the only way she's going to be able to do that is to kill the Joker, but she doesn't want to kill the Joker because, well, that's what the military junta wanted her to do in the first place. This is why Vengeance has kidnapped Jim Gordon, because she actually wants the two of them to team up. She has no reason to kill the Joker because he hasn't done anything to her, but the Joker sure has done a lot to Gordon, his friends, and family, but Gordon is a good guy at heart and probably wouldn't be able to bring himself to pull the trigger even if he really wanted to. This way they would both be able to get what they really wanted and not affect their own personal codes of honor. Vengeance even has a clue. Apparently the head scientist at that cloning lab's body was never recovered, meaning that the Joker probably forced him to take him to his own personal secret island stronghold. That's why Vengeance has stolen a boat, and that's exactly where her and Gordon are headed as the comic comes to a close. And so that was the Joker issue number 8, everybody, and it finally delivers us the origin story for Vengeance. Did I think she really needed a whole story devoted to her when I think the book actually did a pretty solid job peppering in little factoids about her the whole time? Yeah, maybe. They certainly lay some interesting groundwork here in this storyline. Gordon may not be able to bring himself to kill the Joker, but maybe he doesn't have to. I also like the juxtaposition between Vengeance and Gordon. They both have these weirdly highly evolved codes of honor that they live by, and while it defines who they are, it also kind of traps them in these unending patterns that they can't ever seem to break, but maybe together they will. There's also now the added addition of some sort of stolen Batman DNA and potentially Batman clones out there. I can only imagine where all of this is going to lead. Overall, I'd give this issue a 7.5 out of 10. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me in the channel. So with that out of the way, everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.